Hello traders and welcome to the weekly outlook and setups volume 7. As always, we're gonna dive into the pairs and see if there are some potential opportunities in order for us to make some money. Let's go. We have weekly bearish candle with no wick to the downside on the DXY, indicating a bearish week. So I was expecting a bullish continuation after this morning star formation here, but it seems that the bulls weren't strong enough to push the dollar up, and now we're going down. A very nice candle with a wick to the upside indicating rejection, and I'm getting a bearish perspective on the dollar from the weekly time frame. Dropping down to the daily, we see clear market structure, high, low, lower high, lower low, and now we're making our next lower high. As you can see, we're staying below this previous lower high, which means we're still in a daily downtrend until we break this lower high, which will invalidate the trend. So what am I expecting right now? A slight pullback maybe, but I see that the last day's candle closed very bearish, so we may just continue flushing down. Just have a look on the 4-hourly. Yep, we invalidated this bullish structure, break of it, a new lower high here for a potential short on some pairs, indicating weakness on the dollar. And now we're continuing down, breaking this low and making a new lower low, which confirms further our downtrend on the dollar. So bearish bias on the dollar. Let's go to have a look on another pair. Just a quick look on gold. We're in this consolidation area for 3 weeks now. I do expect downside on gold, but currently a lot of traders would be going short. So first of all, I would expect some kind of manipulation and stop hunt before going down. Let's have a look at the daily time frame. Very clear consolidation. We had this double top here, but we failed to break this higher low, so we're in this consolidation. So I would not advise you to go short or long on gold before we have a break to the downside or a break to the upside with a retest. So monitoring closely. Very clear structure. You can trade it in between. As you can see here, we had a downtrend, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. You could have traded some kind of intraday or scalp trades, but yeah, trade what suits yourself and your trading style. So that's for gold consolidation area, waiting for the breakout. Bullish weekly closure on EU. As you can see, we found support at the 1.12 key level and major psychological number of the market. A lot of buyers may have set their pending orders on the level, expecting some kind of reaction from it. So here it is. Kind of a pullback after this evening star formation. Not very clear. Kind of we're ranging in between 1.12 and 1.14 in a 200 pip range. So let's switch down to the daily time frame. Here we have interesting situation because we had a violation of this ascending trend line. We're retesting it right now. We have the evidence that price is rejecting it. We are having now another tap, but if you look closely, we're still staying above this daily higher low. I have marked it. So this price action here may be another higher low of this bullish trend, so price can continue pushing up right now. But before doing so, we may return to make a double bottom of this higher low or just retest this region. So for the moment, I'm bearish on the pair. From the 4-hourly, sorry, we have this supportive region here, break of it, retest, evening star, reaction from it, retest again, another reaction, and now we're tapping it into the zone for the third time. So potential short from here, but we take profit at 1.12 or at 1.1180 because we will for sure get some reaction from this area if price gets there. So that CU will be monitoring closely. A pair worth monitoring is Aussie dollar US dollar, because we are currently approaching this weekly descending trend line 0.1, 0.2, potential 0.3 for a short opportunity. We haven't tapped, or let me just adjust it. Yep, we tapped it, so we may continue flushing down. Weekly candle is bullish with rejection to the downside, indicating bullish pressure. But switching down to the daily time frame, we have interesting price action here. With this bearish engulf, a lot of people would have taken shorts. Then we return back up, kind of stop hunt here. Evening star, another signal for short, and now we're returning for the third time. Will it be a final one? We don't know, but we will keep our eyes sharp for any potential setups and candle closures. As you can see, the price even broke this kind of structure here with a very bearish daily candle, but then just reversed and is now hitting the trend line again. 4 hourly, very bullish price action with this bullish engulf on the 4 hourly, rejecting from the trend line, but we may expect some kind of manipulation to top the 0.7050 key level, even above it, to take out the stop losses of any traders that entered in and around this area here with stop loss above market structure. So closely monitoring this pair for any signs of bearishness. If not, it may just break the trend line and come back for a retest of the level or the trend line, and we may have some waves up and an invalidation of this massive weekly trend. USDJPY, interesting weekly closure, bearish engulf with rejection to the upside after this weekly hanging man, indicating bearish pressure and potential downside. So we had this kind of a lower high zone here, perfectly rejected at the weekly time frame. So bearish bias from the weekly, switching down to the daily. We have a perfect evening star formation here, 1, 2, 3. Continuation down. Maybe this was news inflicted. This candle, bulls entered here, massive rejection, and then we continued back down. So I may draw a trend line like that, daily one, break of it. Yeah, this was actually a support from the trend line, and now we're going back down. So for entering into this market, we will be making now a new lower low if this was about to turn into a downtrend. So high, low, lower high, a new lower low if we break this kind of support here and the previous low. So if we break it, I would wait for a retest of the trend line or a fib setup, something like that. 61.8 or 50%, I would love to see. Or we may find support from this area right now, pull back to the trend line, EMA, and after it we can continue down. But bearish bias on UJ as it was with the DXY. Interesting price action on USD Swiss franc on the weekly time frame. We had a violation of this very long-term weekly trend line, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, break of it, retest, massive bearish candle, and now we're making a new lower high. Bearish bias, a very nice bearish close, not engulfing but confirming a DMA that the pair is about to flush down. Very nice daily price action as well. We had support here at 0.97 area. Yep, exactly at it. So pullback. Evening star formation here, something like UJ we just covered, ascending trend line, support here, and now we're breaking it. So the daily trend looks very bearish. We kind of have a manipulation here on this trend line. So looking for opportunities on the 4 hourly. We made a new lower low here, breaking this support level. So we're simply waiting for a new lower high in order for us to go short. with a nice 4-hourly price action, something like this here. 2 4-hourly confirmations that the pair is losing steam, and boom, a nice leg down. So right now we will be encountering this kind of supportive region here. Oops. Let me draw it correctly. Yep, something like this. So I would expect some support and reaction from the level, a new lower high. Maybe we'll use some fibs for further confluence from the level. Yep, it is just perfect, like the 61.8%. The EMA is there. So waiting patiently for this setup to develop. Bullish closure on GBPUSD at the 1.25 key level. We have this hammer formation here. I would expect right now a bullish continuation up. So bullish bias from the weekly time frame dropping down to the daily. We kind of have a bearish structure here because we broke this low here, close below, and now we may be returning for a new lower high to go lower. So here we have kind of a little supportive zone region, which I will be monitoring if price approaches it and taps it. So if we get a break of it and a retest, it would be perfect, but I will watch for any signs of any bearish signs, because we had this daily rejection here from almost at the zone. So have a look at the 4-hourly. We have bullish price action, kind of breaking this high here, approaching this zone. Yeah, we are finding resistance here, bearish engulf, return to tab it again. So monitoring closely, and a quick look at Euro GBP. We had this massive weekly rejection from this weekly trend line, 0.1, 0.2, kind of 0.3, perfectly tapped it just to perfection. Daily, we're having here some kind of a wedge formation, something like this. So I was expecting a tap of this 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, perfect tap, where we had this daily kind of not very nice evening star, but kind of, and now we're having the continuation down. So currently encountering this supportive region here. I will be watching closely. I'm currently short on Euro GBP after very choppy and hard to trade price action, but I recognize this liquidity zone here, resistance, break, support. We broke it very violently, and we had an immediate retest of it where I entered my short position. Very risky trade with 10 pips stop loss, because this would be very big, 30 pips, and the risk to reward ratio is not very nice. So I decided to enter with a 10 pip stop loss, and I'm currently sitting like this on this trade. We'll be managing my trade here at break even, because we're approaching this kind of support level here. Target is 0.89, and I'm looking forward to seeing this pair forming new waves down, something like this. And we will be able to scale in if we see the perfect price action according to our plan. So that is for the pound pairs. Thanks for staying up until now. I really appreciate it, and I would love to hear some feedback from you. Give me a like, smash that subscribe button, because it will be of a huge help for me. So as you can see, I have pulled out my Telegram channel right now. You can join it in the description down below in the video. I will be dropping some content there, some opportunities, signals if you want to call it. So I am looking forward to see you there, and I wish you a very profitable week. Until the next one.